Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Andrew Demeter reporting on behalf of Press for Truth on July 13th, 2013. Today we are joined by Lucas Jewell, who is the manager for Adam vs. the Man, which is an online podcast broadcasted by libertarian host Adam Kokesh. And if you haven't been living under a rock for the past month or two, Adam recently orchestrated this armed march on Washington, D.C., slated for Independence Day. However, the march was later nixed. But Kokesh still created a sub-30-second video on the morning of Independence Day, July 4th, and let's play that video right now.
We will not be silent. We will not obey. We will not allow our government to destroy our humanity. We are the final American Revolution. See you next Independence Day.
So he was essentially loading shells into a shotgun in Freedom Plaza across from the Capitol building, and you can obviously just hear what he said. So after posting that clip, the Washington Metropolitan Police and U.S. Parks Police issued a statement saying, "We are currently in the process of determining the authenticity of the video, making sure it wasn't a green screen clip." And then the Herndon police later issued a search warrant for Kokesh's residence. So Lucas, after a long-winded prologue, thanks for coming on with us this afternoon.
Hey, thank you for having me. Glad to be here.
What was Adam's search warrant specifically issued for?
The search warrant, from what I read, seemed to be more focused on the alleged video than anything else.
What happened that Tuesday evening at Kokesh's residence?
They bust in the front door, throw a flashbang hand grenade, point guns at everybody, wearing armored helmets, body armor. They had bulletproof shields, a dog. Lasers were pointed on pretty much everyone. We were all held without probable cause for 5 hours while the house was totally ransacked and torn apart.
It's comical, at least from a third-person point of view, to see such commotion arise from just a simple, non-violent act of civil disobedience and the illegality of these arbitrary borders and the laws between, which seem to either relegate or delegate constitutional and birthright powers, essentially. According to your press release, assault rifles were aimed on all members of the team as they were handcuffed without being told why they were being detained. Were you, or any members of the team for that matter, initiating or partaking in any illegal activity during the course of this raid?
No, even by their laws, I don't think at the time of the raid any of us were participating in any illegal activities that I know of. I heard a stat that says that you commit like 3 felonies a day and you don't even know. So it is always possible that I was breaking some sort of ridiculous fine print kind of law, but we weren't openly disobeying any laws.
If you weren't disobeying any laws, then why do you think you were handcuffed and stripped of all these personal belongings and your Fourth Amendment rights?
The government doesn't always follow the law. To be honest, whenever you raid a house, you do want every person that is not a part of the raid to be secure. If we were breaking the law, those tactics would have been applicable. But the debate is just using those kind of tactics on peaceful people.
Also, you imply that Kokesh's safe was a point of interest during this home invasion. You said, quote, "After hours of determined attempts, the safe was forced open and all items inside were confiscated." Could you divulge, if legality permits, what items exactly were seized within that safe, and if that included the 12-gauge shotgun shown in Kokesh's video?
Regarding the video, I don't know anything about it. I'm not going to comment on any props or anything that may have been in the production of said video. When I was handcuffed, I did see them bringing what I believe to be a 12-gauge shotgun. I'm not a firearms expert. I don't know if that was a real gun.
A glaring question that skeptics of this Adam Kokesh narrative inquire is, if Adam vs. the Man producer Daryl Young, as seen in an NBC interview, I believe, said,
"Yes, we were expecting this. We were expecting, actually, the government to raid our house."
Then why were these evil and magical hallucinogenic mushrooms not moved off of the premises?
Adam is a wise man. Adam takes precautions for fears that he knows are real. I personally wasn't expecting to be raided.
Where is Kokesh currently being caged up, and what is his maximum felony sentence?
He's being held at Adult Detention Center in Fairfax, Virginia. There are 2 felony charges against him. neither of which have anything to do with the YouTube video.
For you personally, how has this setback affected your role in both the Liberty Movement and the Adam versus the Man production process?
As you can imagine, things have been pretty rocky. If Adam was here, everything would be infinitely better. Adam has said multiple times on and off camera, similar to how Ron Paul said, this isn't about one person. This is about the message. This is about conveying these ideals to people, and eventually we'll get through.
Adam is definitely a testament of that, risking his life and well-being for the Liberty Movement. As a bonus for this interview, can you give any insider detail to Adam's 2014 armed march on Washington?
Really haven't even been thinking about that. This has happened so fast. But what he was saying when he was talking about it was that it was going to be each individual's choice to be armed or to be disarmed. He was actually going to be disarmed for this one. He made it into an open source 50-state march because it was too much risk. This all came down to Adam if it went horribly. Adam had said multiple times that he would be willing to walk across that bridge alone if he had to.
Out of personal curiosity, have you spoken to Adam recently, and if so, do you have anything that he may have wanted to liberate to his audience or anybody watching this video?
Actually, yeah, I have some notes. His dad had a conversation with him and relayed some information to me. Apparently, he's being held in solitary confinement, which isn't a big surprise because that's how he was held in Philly. He's in a 6.5 by 7.5 foot cell, frigid cold in here, and has been denied bedding. For the first day or two, he was still wearing the original clothes that they had arrested him in. They didn't give him a shower. His cell is infested with ants. They leave the lights on 24/7. There was reports that came out that he had refused to leave his cell for his arraignment. What the true story is that they had refused to allow him to speak to a lawyer. He didn't feel comfortable appearing before the judge without speaking to a lawyer first. Oh yeah, and something weird is the fact that we were all locked up in the same room, and we're sitting there watching them carry these full evidence bags into the house. I don't know if they were thinking we weren't going to say anything about it, or if we were all just going to be quiet. But we all just started screaming about it.
You're saying these stormtroopers were bringing bags of evidence for whatever purpose into the house?
If they found a stash of magic mushrooms in my house, they were not mine.
Any idea whose they were or why they were in your house?
I'm pretty confident that whether or not they found anything, the full paper bags that they brought into my house would ensure that they would have charges to bring against me.
Are you implying that those drugs were planted?
Yes.
I mean, we were all locked up in the same room. We can't see where these bags' final destination is. So how do we know what's in there?
So you're implying that they possibly could have planted something in the house for purpose of framing Adam or any of the crew?
I definitely wouldn't put it past them. I mean, the government has murdered people. The government has kidnapped people. The government has stolen from people. To possibly think that they would plan something on a dissenting voice, I don't think is outside the realm of possibility. I just want to tell everyone to go to freeadam.net. That's the official site if you're interested in trying to help Adam get out of jail. We posted Adam's mailing address on his Facebook. Please go on there, read the frequently asked questions that are posted in the link below that, and just send him some letters of encouragement and love. And, everyone just stay strong.
Lucas, I really appreciate the interview. Thanks for coming on. This has been Andrew Demeter on behalf of Press for Truth, signing out.